Aviation Jet Technology by Audrey Lau, Kira Stone, and Logan Shiroma. The first actual jet plane was created by German physicist Hans von Ohain. He developed a jet fighter called the Henkel He 178, which flew for the first time in 1939, while Frank Whittle, a British aeronautical student, developed the jet engine. From this original design, Britain developed the Gloucester Meteor, which became the first British jet fighter. The first American jet plane was created by Lawrence Bell. It was called the Bell P-59 Aerocomet and was developed in 1941. During World War II, American jet fighters were only in experimental phases, but a later plane they developed after the war became the first to break the sound barrier.
In 1943, the Bell P-59 Aerocomet was announced to the public after completing 100 flights. The design differed because it was jet-powered, known for its three-wheel landing gear, which is what its designer Lawrence Bell was famous for. Japanese jets were known as Japanese Zero fighters. These jets were used to invade Pearl Harbor in 1941. In 1944, they invented the thermojet engine, which was a small four-cylinder engine powered by fuel and air compression. This engine was much more useful than using regular rocket engines because it helped the aircraft gain thrust. As the design evolved, they built the Model 22 Oka, which had a greater speed, but because the engine was larger, it could only carry half as much warheads. In Germany, the Messerschmitt Me-262 was the first jet fighter ever powered and flown in 1943. It was designed by Willy Messerschmitt with a speed of 540 miles per hour, but because of its twin jet engines, it is slower when taking off and landing, making it vulnerable and easily ambushed. Jets were important during the war because of their speed. They first began experimenting with jet engines using ignited gasoline to power the propeller and push the plane. In the later years of the war, Me-262 planes were being produced in Germany, and Japanese Zero fighters, thermojet engines, and the models of 22 Oka are being produced in Japan.
Much of the technology in aircraft developed in World War II that we use today hasn't been changed, just modified. Today we use the same technology that's been made safer than it was in the 1940s. Also, we use advanced machinery and software that's more efficient and effective. Transponders were used to receive and transmit radio signals. During World War II, pilots used transponders for a system called IFF, or Identification Friend or Foe. Pilots could send interrogation requests to other planes, and depending on the signal that's transmitted back, could determine whether or not the aircraft was an enemy. Today's transponders are designed to transmit more information using different modes. Mode A is responsible for the basic operations of a transponder, receiving signals and sending back a plane's identification code. Mode A's transmission can be paired with Mode C's information, which includes the aircraft's pressure altitude. Transponders are found in all aircrafts, including commercial planes and jets. Another piece of developed technology is weather radar. During World War II, operators noticed that radar could pick up cloud patterns and precipitation. At first, weather radar was only in black and white, but now with color we can measure and display the levels of precipitation in dBz, or decibels relative to Z. Weather radar is used today not only in aircraft but also for commercial purposes. It's a key tool in detecting weather irregularities such as tornadoes and hurricanes.
Created using Powtoon.